Testing, testing. 1 2 1 2. All right, shalom, shalom. This is Harawan Banya Sha'Allah of the Lions Den Camp. Before I begin, I want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahawah, Ba Hashem Yahushai, Ba Hashem, Harakar Kodash, Ma'amaf. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. Shalom to you, Akim, and Akwatim and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. Today's topic, or actually today's date, is May 11th, 2026 AD. Um, today's topic is the recent UFO disclosure. All right. Wasn't my prominent topic for the day, but the Lord put this on my spirit the last second. So I'm going to go into it. But I titled it Ezekiel's Wheel, Chariots of Yahawah. All right. Now, this is actually an image that was put out there from the government of a legit chariot sighting. Now, with this type of view on um, any what's it called what is it called UAPs or UFOs or objects in the sky at night. When they take these type of naval images, light is dark and dark is light. So this light that you see in the background, um, let me go to it. All the light areas right here. This would be nighttime, and then this area where you see black, this will actually be light. So we know the object is right here or here. All right. But it got lights or something beaming out of it where it looks like a wheel, a wheel with spokes, you know. Now, I'm gonna play a video before I get into this topic, and let's see where the spirit takes us, man. Go here. Here you go. Check this out. This is fair use. It says on May 8th, today is the 11th. On May 8th, 2026, the U.S. government released the first batch of declassified files related to unresolved, unidentified anomalous phenomena UAPs. All right, they got all these technical names, man. It's crazy, right? Sightings. The release is part of what officials describe as a unprecedented effort to review and publish decades of previously previously classified materials, all right, which it should have never been classified anyway. But their timing is immaculate. With Trump situation, the wars, and the Epstein, um, the the free press compiled all videos, included in the release, and organized them chronologically. Sheesh, you just wake up, be kind of tongue tied. Chronologically, noting the original government file, date, and location for each clip. So these are legit. So they got the file name, the date, and location for each clip, man. All right, so I'm gonna play this first clip, and that's it. Uh, going off the picture I showed in the beginning. All right, check this out. Wait, hold on, my bad. I gotta make it all dramatic and shit. How you do this? Okay, here you go. Then I go here. I'm gonna go here, turn that down. Then I go here and hit play. Now check it out. Now this is actually a real video. It says the Middle East 2013. Look at that, man. Fourth dimensional object moving within the third dimension. That's why we only see it a certain way because we're with three-dimensional beings. All right. So we see circles, squares, but the object is right in front of us. Look at that. It's crazy, right? Almost like it's writing in the sky. You can see something on the screen because remember, again, at night, let me turn the damn music down. Try to be all dramatic. All right. So you can see it on the screen. This thing here, it's a flash. That's how you know this was bright. This was real bright. Like a car headlights on the camera. It'll make that flash. This was real bright. Remember, dark is light and light is dark on those naval cameras. All right, night view. Look at that, and it took off. So, all right. So now we're building. See that? Clearly, the object is right here. Something right there. All right. But what it reminded me of when I first saw this today, the first thing I thought about was, of course, Ezekiel, but then I thought about this too. Check this out. I'm bring back a little memory for you. Remember this? Strange things are happening. Remember Three Eye Atlas? Looks similar, don't it? All right. Remember, dark is light and light is dark. So in this situation, they caught the light around it with a different lens, right? It almost looked golden. All right. So you see it? It looks just like the first photo. This right here. All right. There's that 8 of them. Let me see something. Let me see something. Why not? There you go, 8. There's one across right here. It looked just like it. But anyway, I'm just saying. First thing, it brought my memory back to this. Strange things are happening. Remember that Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. All right, strangeness of our salvation so far beyond all that they look for. All right, and we know that at the center of Three Eye Atlas, that glow, that light, it was an object. All right, this was it under a heat description. They called it. It was named Dobsonian power. He caught it when it was at perihelion, right next to the sun, and had a force field around it. Something, the object in the middle. All right, so it made me think about Three Eye Atlas and all those objects that popped up. R2 Swan, remember all those? But each time they had an object in the middle, right? But of course, we see the light around it, and it would show like a little something like this. All right, but the object is right there in the center. Three Eye Atlas spotted in the sky. This looks exactly like Ezekiel's wheel. Whoa. All right, so now, now the reason Ezekiel said a wheel within a wheel is because he was describing it as, you know, things that he saw at that time, a wagon wheel. Like a wagon wheel in the sky. But he was looking at the lights of it as well. All right, the glow. Okay. But there's an object in the center. So I'm gonna get into this scripture real quick, Ezekiel 1. And I kind of want to read from the top. I don't know where to start, but we're gonna vibe real quick. All right, on this topic. I want to show you something. Um, let me get a picture for you. I just made with Chat GPT. All right, I used the Chat GPT to make a image of the scripture in Ezekiel chapter 1. All right, here's some more NASA captured enormous Ezekiel wheels object vastly surpassing Three-Eyed Atlas's size. Wow. Huger than Three-Eyed Atlas. When Three-Eyed Atlas, the glow around it was said to be bigger than the Earth when it was seen next to the sun. So these objects were bigger. Whew, man. All right, but check this out. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 1, and let's start from verse 1. All right. So it says here, Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 1. Now it came to pass in the 30th year, in the fourth month, all right, in the fifth day of the month, as I was among the captives by the river Kibar, that the heavens were opened, and I saw visions of the Most High. So, all right, this was a vision. We can't lose sight of that. He wasn't like physically seeing everything in detail. He was seeing visions of it. All right, so it was metaphors, similes, allegories being shown to him. And that's important to know as you're reading the scripture. All right, for the breakdown. But now it says, in the fifth day of the month, which was the fifth year of King Jehoiakim's captivity. That was around 592 BC. All right. Um, yeah, 592 BC. The word of Yahawah came expressly unto Ezekiel, meaning he felt the Lord's presence on him, man. The Lord's power, like Samson did. All right. So the Lord was dealing with him. The son of Buzai in the land of the Chaldeans by the river Kibar. And the hand of um, Yahawah was there upon him. All right, just like you had a sighting. It said this one was in the Middle East that you're looking at on the screen. Ezekiel had a sighting, and it was right here. I'm gonna show you again. I like to always show the picture. Um, wheel. What would it be? River Kibar. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Here you go. All right. So this is the area where Ezekiel saw the chariots. All right. So this is where he was at when Nebuchadnezzar and them took him captive. All right. Which was like the second exile. We had three exiles. We had the first one when they took Daniel, the second one when they took Jehoiakim, and then the third one when they took down Zedekiah, 586. All right. So yeah, he was here, man. Look at that. And he had a chariot sighting or a vision of it at least. All right. So you can imagine that he didn't want to be amongst our people because they were being wicked. And the angels, the Lord showed Ezekiel an image, a vision of how the Most High is controlling everything in the heavens, the angels, and they're controlling everything. They're His hands operating in the earth. So He was telling Ezekiel, "Don't worry." He was showing him the judgment day. When the Most High is going to sit on the judgment seat, controlling the earth. Um, and He was telling Ezekiel to go teach to His people, but Ezekiel was like, "Yo, they wicked." So he had to show it twice to show Ezekiel, right? To tell him to go. Um, so now that was here. All right, that's where Ezekiel saw the vision, you know. And let's see an idea. I had ChatGPT type draw something up. Here you go. And where that joint at? There you go. Boom. Look at that. Nice, right? Yeah, see it though. Yeah, that's good enough. All right, so now let's get into the scripture a little bit more. The word of Yahawah came expressly, Ezekiel 1 and 3. No, Ezekiel 1 and 4. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north. Matter of fact, I'm going to get this in the translation. I never really read it in a lesson in the translation. So let's go to Ezekiel 1 in the translation. Verse 4, it says, I looked up and saw a windstorm coming from the north. All right, so it saw like a storm, like a whirlwind coming from the north. Lightning was flashing from a huge cloud. All right, I put all this in the chat GBT, and this what came out. All right, make sure y'all looking at the picture. Okay, there we go. All right, where was that? It says lightning was flashing from a huge cloud, and the sky around it was glowing. You know, like sometimes you'll see that today. Matter of fact, people saw this one a lot. Hold up, UFO in storm. We see that all the time, man. Let's see if they got some up here. You might see this. Hold up, here you go. It'll look like this, right? Y'all seen that before? I don't know if you can see it on your phone, but y'all seen those videos and the lightning of the flash, and then next thing you know, you'll see a chariot. All right, just showing you an example. You can go to YouTube and type in UFO and storm, and look what come up. Okay, so now that's all fake right here, but y'all get the point. Let's go back. It says here, I looked up and saw a windstorm coming from the north. Lightning was flashing from a huge cloud, and the sky around it was glowing. Where the lightning was flashing, okay, something shone like bronze. Thus, you have this image on the screen. At the center of the storm, I saw what looked like four living creatures in human form. Period, bro. They didn't have four heads, man. All right, that was an allegory. You know, just like the vision of that the Lord showed to Peter. All right, just like the vision um, the Lord showed to Daniel. You know, these are allegories. When they talk about the animals, or they call the Lord the lamb. The lamb. They call Esau the dragon. You know, so it was showing allegories of their attributes. These angels, when it says they have four heads, and I'm gonna prove it. It says, but each of them had four faces and four wings. All right, so we know the four wings. If we go to Psalms 91, which I'm not going to do right now, just stick to the point. The wings represent um, the swiftness or those chariots. All right, and when you hear about the chariots, it talks about how swift they are. You know, but each of and when they show up to deliver us, they're going to be swift. All right, so four wings. So each of them had a fleet of chariots with them, and four attributes representing their same characteristics of Yahawah. All right. And those animals that it described are the top animals of their class: the lion, the human, um, the eagle, and the ox. All right, is the top of his of cattle. Now it says, but each of them had four faces and four wings. So right, so the angels have um, powerful attributes. right? Just like the military has military classes and ranks, right? The one represents the sea, one represents the ground, space, air, right? So their legs, where was that? But each of them had four faces and four wings. Their legs were straight and they had hoofs like those of a bull. Now, to understand this, it's talking about the chariots, all right? So the base of it was circular, all right, if you understand the scripture. Matter of fact, before I even keep going, because I already broke this down many times, but I just want a little backup real quick, just in case. They go a little backup for me. Look at this. Um, check this out. It says the description in Ezekiel 1 and 5 to 10 and 10 to 20, 22, I'm gonna go there too probably, is widely understood as a divine symbolic vision, all right, rather than a literal biological description. Saying they had four heads would be biological. Saying they had wings like a damn bird would be biological. So this is not biological, it's symbolic, emphasizing the attributes of the cherubim, of the angels. See, it emphasizes their duties, their employment, their purpose, their attributes. What I've been saying for years, right? And this camp has also been speaking, um, and Elder Pastor, the human form, right? When it says they had a human form mentioned, it indicates their primary nature. I said that, man. Period. That period in Ezekiel chapter 1, it says this is them. They look like humans. They look like us. All throughout the scriptures, you see when they showed up, they look just like us. But they're all seeing, they're all knowing, just like the Lord. The Lord gave them that ability. That's why he called the angels his eyes, his watchmen. All right. That's why that's why it's saying they have four heads, man. They can see it, you know, they operate in every realm of existence, in the earth, in the heavens, in space, right? So now let's keep going. It says the human form mentioned indicates their primary nature. They look like humans, all right? While the four faces, right? The four faces, right? And wings symbolize specific divine attributes. It's not talking about four faces and it's not talking about four damn butterfly wings. Symbolic nature. The creatures, later identified as cherubim or cherubim, which would be the angels, they represent high-ranking angels, guardians, guarding Yahweh's throne. Right, the four archangels. So they got rankings, right? The four faces. Now it's talking about the four faces. All right, their duties, their attributes, man. They don't have four heads. To hell, man. The four faces, these often represent Yahweh's attributes seen in creation, all right, or the attributes of Yahushua. Right? Yahushua embodies all of these: majesty, royalty, the lion, all right, the lion, dominance, strength, sacrifice, the ox, swiftness, intelligence, the eagle, just like intelligence, right? With military and wisdom, humanity represent the man, the face of the man. All right, these are the whole duties of man is to serve the Most High. So again, four faces represent their attributes, all right, their employment, their duties. The wings. Let's go to that. Because people say, well, they still got fly, they got butterfly. Well, and Second Ezra 13, where it says Yahawah flew upon his chariot, it never said he had wings. All right. Wings and movement. The wings indicate the ability to move swiftly. That's it. All right. So all throughout Ezekiel, when you read it said the wings lifted up, the wings it's talking about the swiftness. They were moving fast like lightning. And also the chariots. We know the chariots is talking about the wings. All right. Under his wings shalt thou trust. Okay. So you see a chariot now. Look at this. Look how fast it's moving. Look at this John. Hold on. Let me go back. Swift. Right. Hey, move faster than that. This John like is just watching, playing around. We've seen videos where they just disappear, go fast, right? Any direction. Or we'll think they're disappearing, but they probably moving faster than our eyes can see. All right, because teleportation is two forms of it. Something could disappear and reappear in another area, or be carried swiftly so fast that it'd be out of your sight, like it disappeared. So yeah, moving swiftly in any direction. All right, so now let's go back. We building. Now let's see here. It says, damn, what was I reading? I was reading that. Okay, let's go to this. Here you go. Wings and movement. The wings indicate the ability to move swiftly, often described as moving with the speed of lightning, not literal bird or insect's wing. Come on, man. Y'all gotta stop with this shit. Like, this shit right here. Hold up. Ezekiel 1. Uh, I be seeing some videos, man. You'll see brothers putting up videos and they'll have the angels with afros. You be like, kind. But then they'll have uh, wings and shit, butterfly wings. I don't even want to show this madness. There you go. This right here. But I can't show what I was talking about, but I can't find it. I don't have time to. But y'all know what I'm talking about. The wings. They put wings on them, right? And they have four heads looking like this. That's wicked as hell. All right. So that's not what it's talking about right here, man. There you go. Let's go to this. I'll put this up and read. So now let's go back. Keep reading that. It says, so not literal bird or insect wings. It's talking about moving fast or like lightning. The human hand, right? Oh, we know that's talking about the Most High's power, controlling everything and operating them in the earth, like I was saying. But let's still read it. Human hands, the human hand that's up under them, right? Under each wing. The presence of human hands under their wings suggests they act with intelligence and purpose, supporting the idea of a spiritual, symbolic figure rather than a physical animal or hand. The vision context. Ezekiel describes these figures in Ezekiel 10. I may go to that as having the same appearance as those seen earlier at Kibar River, confirming a consistent vision of divine beings. Damn, that was official right there. I might have to save that. All right, so yeah, that's some backup confirmation from that. What's that shit? The AI all it does is pull from resources going back to 1970. Um, Now let's go to Ezekiel 1 and finish that out. Ezekiel 1 and 7. It says, but each of them, well, 6, but each of them had 4 faces and 4 wings. Now I'm gonna go back to the KJV because it's easier for me to understand it. All right, Ezekiel 1 and 7. And their feet were straight feet, right? And the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot, and they sparkled like the color of burnished brass. All right, so they had um, the chariots. Okay, the chariots was bronze or brass looking, and they were circular, meaning rotating. It says that in Ezekiel 10. It says, "O whirling wheel," meaning spinning wheel. It was spinning. That's what they kept saying about Three-Eye Atlas. It was look, damn. Let me go to that real quick. Check this out. Check this out. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Man, we building, man. Remember this? All right, let me read this while I keep the picture up. It says, Comet Three-Eye Atlas, right? This is an AI overview. Comet Three-Eye Atlas is a fast moving, swift, fast moving interstellar object, meaning passing through dimensions. Third known following Oumuamua and Two-Eye Borisov. This was this has generated intense interest. Check this out. Due to its anomalous rotation. Right? It was whirling, spinning. Three-Eye Atlas. Due to its anomalous rotation appearing as a spinning wheel. They never said that, did they? On the news? Appearing as I'm gonna show you what I'm reading. So y'all know I ain't bullshit. Look, I just typed in Three-Eye Atlas wheel. It popped up. It says what? Appearing as a spinning wheel, man. With three symmetrical jets, and that's what we call lights, or it'll look like something like this. Shooting something shooting out of it. All right. So come on, man. The wheel, right? It was known as. It don't get no clearer than this. It says spinning, appearing as a spinning wheel. All right. So it said it had a 3-axis attitude control system like jets, meaning propulsion to move less left, it'll push the the air, waters another one way. Like if you're looking at a boat, how it leave trails in the water, they were seeing that in space from Three-Eye Atlas. So it shows you that it's Shemayim, the water is out in space. Um, so that's what they call jets. So let's go back to this real quick. All right. So now, where was I at? Ezekiel 1. Let's go to 1. All right. So now, damn, what I want to read, man. Now I'm gonna skip over this now. Let's get to the point. Let's get to the point. It says here 7. Their legs were straight, and they had the hoofs like those of a bull. They shone like polished bronze. To talk about the chariots, all right. In addition to their 4 faces, their attributes, and 4 wings, right? The chariots, their fleet that was with them, just like you see today, 1 in the front and 4 behind them. That's a V formation. But here it says they were making a square shape. 2 wings of each creature were spread out so that the creatures formed a square, all right, with their wing tips touching. I get to, so basically saying it was in formation. All right. Um, when they moved as a group without turning their bodies. All right, like a fleet. All right, it moved in formation in unison, just like you see the drones today. Each each living creature had four different faces or attributes: a human face in the front, a lion's face at the right, a bull's face at the left, and the eagle's face at the back. Two wings of each creature were raised. I'm gonna read it so it'll confuse you. I'm gonna read it in Ezekiel, in the not translated. All right, something you're more familiar with. Verse 12. Let's go to 12. It says, and they went everyone straight forward. So they was moving straight. They didn't uh uh need to turn to the left or to the right. They just went straight. If it want to go to the right, it could just go to the right, or go backwards or go up or go down. But you see, an airplane today has to make this big wide turn to turn left or right, or the jets has to turn sideways and turn. Um, they got something now they know how to do, go backwards, but and they went everyone straight forward, whither the spirit was to go. So wherever the angel went, they went. All right, just like you have your car um, automated, or if it could follow you. Our chariot's gonna be like our cars, and the park is gonna be right near you. Your garage. Imagine your garage following you. So whither the spirit was to go, they went. See, that makes more sense, right? When it says Yahawah showed up in Ezekiel 2nd Ezra 13, when it said a mountain was kind of seemed like it was moving autonomously, right? He said a mountain came up and he looked around to see where it was cut from, but then Yahawah flew up onto that mountain, that chariot in the sky. All right. You talking about the Autobots, Transformers, right? More than meets the eye. We're gonna have chariots like damn Knight Rider and shit. I'm gonna call him Kit. Hey Kit, what you do? All right. And they turned not when they went. Okay. They didn't need to turn when they go in any direction. Um, thus you have that fourth dimensional design. It can go any direction. As for the likeness of the um living creatures, now check this out. This get deep. I'm gonna go to the translation for this. Ezekiel 1 again. Damn, where was that? That was there you go, verse 13. Check this out. I did another chat GBT on it. Where is it at? Hold up. Let me get it. Let me get it. Let me get that John. One second. There you go. Boom. This what came out. All right, of course they still put the damn wings on the back. I told them not to do that shit. Boy, ChatGPT is. I say, yo, do not put butterfly or wings on the back, man. Just make them regular, like this. You know what I mean? Still put the shit there. Anyway, yeah, I get the point. All right. Let me see. So now here you go. All right. So with that being said, they messed me up with that in the background, but it's all good. All right. There you go. It says verse 13, Ezekiel 1 and 13, and among the creatures there was something that looked like a blazing torch, constantly moving. The fire would blaze up like what they call that? Going Super Saiyan every second. Imagine that. That's like a pulsating energy that's gonna be on us. Uh, would blaze up and shoot out flashes of lightning. The creatures themselves darted back and forth with the speed of lightning. They were moving like lightning. All right, it's crazy, right? So he's talking about the angels. You know, so they had lightning shooting from them, and they were moving back and forth like flash. And that says, as I was looking at the four creatures, I saw four wheels touching the ground, one beside each of them. All right, and that's more depicted like this. Of course, they wouldn't be that small, you know. Oh my goodness! But y'all see what I'm saying? Just a depiction. Um, it says, as I was looking at the four creatures, I saw four wheels touching the ground, one beside each of them. So four of the chariots came down because that was their chariots. All right. Then you had each of them had uh four chariots with them. So that would be uh basically what, 16 chariots behind, that would still be up in the sky. But then four of them came down. So anyway, now it says verse 16, all four wheels were alike. Each one shone like a precious stone. All right. So the core, looking at the chariot up close, is going to be beautiful, man, and glowing like a diamond and shit. All right. When we get to see the actual details up close, and each one had uh yeah, because if you read in Genesis, um with Yahawah's chariot, and then he flew out on the damn on a disc like Silver Surfer, and to tell you it looked what's the word? It looked clear as crystal. So this is amazing what we're about to experience. All four wheels were alike. Each one shone like a precious stone, and each had another wheel intersecting at the right angles. And that's why they say it looked like this. Hold on. You know, right? But let's keep going. So that the wheels could move in any of the four directions. All right, so they can go north, east, west, south. They can see in every direction, right? The rims of the wheels were covered with eyes, or what you would say windows. Okay. Whenever the creatures moved, the wheels moved with them. That's what I'm saying. It's like having your garage follow you, or wherever you park your car, it just move with you. And if the creatures rose up from the earth, so if the angels started flying, like Yahawah and Ezekiel, Second Ezra 13, which you could use this scripture with it, Second Ezra 13. Whenever the creatures, or the angels, or the cherubs moved, the wheels moved with them. And if the creatures rose up from the earth, if they was flying, so did the wheels. He said we're gonna mount up with wings as eagles. We're gonna be flying with the chariots, or in the chariots, or around the chariots. The creatures went wherever they wished. Man, they freely moving through any dimension, you know, interdimensional. And the wheels did exactly what the creatures did, because I hate calling them creatures, but the angels controlled them. See, what's controlling the chariots? The angels. That's why Esau trying to play God. They're trying to make these cards where you can control it with your mind and all that. So every time the angels moved or stopped or rose in the air, like flying, the wheels did exactly the same thing. All right. Wow, man. I'm gonna go to Ezekiel 10 real quick. Let's go ahead real quick, real quick. We eating real quick. I want to read this whole chapter, but I'm not. All right, so let's read this. Ezekiel 10 and 8. All right, and this is Ezekiel seeing the vision again of these same angels that visited him by the river Kibar, but he saw them operating and going in and out from before Yahawah's throne in this vision. All right. And verse 8, Ezekiel 10 and 8. I saw that each angel creature just means creation. All right. They're creations too, but they're not human, but they look like us. And I saw that each creature had what looked like a human hand under each of his wings, meaning, again, their intelligence, their operations in the earth, or the Most High controlling them, all right? Giving them their intelligence or their power. I also saw that there were four wheels, okay? So four chariots, all alike, just like Ezekiel 1, one beside each creature. The wheels shone like precious stones, and each one had another wheel which intersected it at right angles. All right. So again, that's that image of this right, that right there. So now I want to go to this one. I like this one. Okay. So now it says, and I also saw that there were four wheels, all alike, one beside each creature, and the wheels shone like precious stones. I want to see what type of precious stones they're talking about as an example. Okay, let me go there real quick, real fast. All right, Ezekiel 10 and 9, 10 and 10. Let me see real quick. Ezekiel 10 and 10. Yeah, 10 and 9. I want to see if they're showing the examples of the stones. It said color of beryl stone, like greenish, or perhaps a chrysolite, yellow jasper. All right, perhaps a chrysolite, yellow jasper, or a yellow colored stone. So the chariots look bronze or amber or yellow colored. All right, or greenish. Damn, that's something to get into. Let me see. Sheesh. All right, let me see real quick. I'm gonna let this go. Let's go see. Example. All right, so that's how they look. Whoa. Yo, get out of here. That's crazy. This is how the cherries looked up close. All right, so damn. All right, man. So let's keep going. That's deep. That's deep. Let's keep going. I'm gonna put it back on this one. All right, check this out. Wow. Why they got eyeballs on the damn? Oh my goodness, man. ChatGPT be tripping. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. My bad. I'm trying to get a backdrop picture for you. We're gonna use that one. Cool, man. So now it says here, remember, dark is light and light is dark. So up close, this chariot would probably look like a diamond stone or whatever that was. All right. chrysolite, topaz. Verse 11, it says, is this 10? Uh, yeah, verse 11. When the creatures moved, they could go in any direction without turning. They all moved together in the direction they wanted to go. All right, so they can go right, all in the same direction. They can go left, just like them drones y'all see China using in formation, But the chariots don't have to turn; they can go in any direction. Their bodies, their backs and hands and wings and wheels were covered with eyes. Talking about the windows, all right, and probably people in the chariots. Basically saying, also too, what this means, meaning they're all seeing and all knowing. All right, that's a power that's given to them by Yahawah. All right, that's why they're the watchers. It says, and I heard a voice calling out, "O whirling wheels, man." All right, so "O whirling wheels," and it says, when the creatures, it says, when they spread their wings to fly, they, Salakia, they were the same creatures that I had seen by the river Kabar. When the creatures rose in the air and moved, the wheels went with them. Whenever they spread their wings to fly, the wheels still went with them. Meaning they don't have no damn wings, but y'all get the point. When they were moving fast and swiftly, the chariots were still keeping up with them. All right. When the creatures stopped, the wheels stopped. So when they was moving, the chariots were moving with them. When they would move faster than the speed of light, just like lightning, the chariots were right there with them. When they would stop, the chariots would stop. All right. And the wheels went with them because the creatures controlled the wheels. Man, I can keep going, but I'm gonna stop there, man. But yeah, hopefully this was edifying. This was something quick. Just had on my spirit. I saw this video today. There you go. All right. I saw this video and I was like, oh, that looks just like 3 Eye Atlas. Right? Look just like this. All right. But yeah, man, hopefully this was edifying and encouraging to y'all out there. Keep your eyes to the skies because the Lord said when these things start to pass, then look up because our salvation draweth nigh. And it's gonna be an experience that we're gonna want to live for eternity. All right. Hey, Shalom, Yahawah Shemel Shah Barakatah. I hope it was edifying for y'all, man. Shalom. See you on the next one.